Nākoe beautiful soul, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Exciting, no matter mai, come on in, make yourself comfortable. Now here I'm going to be putting a series of different subjects up, all to do with a spiritual awakening. From using your instinct, to being clairaudient, claircognizant, clairsentient, clear everything. Shadow work, protecting your energy, routine and ritual. If this is something that you think that you'd like to follow, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Now I will be posting here on Mondays and on Fridays to give you time to practice in between. The other thing I will be doing is I will be holding live sessions on my TikTok account. The link is below if you'd like to click on it and give me a follow. Here you can bring your questions. Here you can meet other beginners on their journey as well. Here we can share our learning, share our perspectives and build each other up as we make our pathway towards our life purpose and authentic selves. Now this very first series is going to start with reading one of the most popular tarot decks, the Waite deck. With all 78 cards, there's a lot to learn and a lot to remember. Now the two decks that I'm going to be using for this series is my favourite, the Light Seers Tarot. Very contemporary, very colourful. Love that deck. And the other one that I'm going to be using, of course, is the traditional Waite deck. Only because a lot of the interpretations can be found in the smaller details of the pictures that you see. And more often than not, the original interpretation of the card will always refer back to the traditional deck before moving on to the contemporary ones. Now in the first half of the series, I'm splitting the deck. I'm splitting the deck in terms of the major arcana, the suit cards, and the minor arcana. Among my teachings, especially in the beginning stages, you would probably refer to the major arcana as a headliner, the overview of what the reading is about. Next, we will probably use the suit cards in terms of attaching any energies to the reading. And then we will start using the minor arcana to break down the reading and get some more specific details. We will be using the cards this way just to build some foundation and fundamentals for tarot card reading for the Waite deck. Now on the outset for the Waite deck, the major arcana talks about the journey of the Fool. And the Fool is the number 0. It talks about the journey of the Fool right from the beginning all the way through to number 21, the World. And each and every single card has an interpretation of that journey. Each of the major arcana are also associated with a zodiac sign or more than one zodiac sign. They are also associated with a ruling planet, but we will be getting into that later on. Now a very quick breakdown of the suits that we're going to be taking a look at. Swords, which is associated with the air element. Now swords is about conflict, it's about communication, it's about independence. If you have a look at the nature of the sword suit, it talks about somebody who's very logical, intelligent, very methodical. Even though we can use all areas of our minds, our heart and our instinct, the sword's nature tends to be more methodical than anything else. Next we have the wand suit, which is associated with fire elements. Now wands is about passion, it's about attraction, it's about creativity, being in the moment. If we were to think about somebody with a wands type of personality, this is definitely somebody who would use their instinct and their heart more so than their mind. Next we have the Pentacle suit, which is associated with the earth sign. Pentacle suit definitely about prosperity, security, stability. And the thing about the Pentacle suit is it can go between the comforts of home and also business. So I guess with the Pentacle suit, I would say they are quite methodical in nature, but they are quite empathic at the same time. And lastly, we have the Cup suit, which is all about love, all about emotions. It's all about empathy. It's very much the intuitive suit as well, with it being a water sign type of element. It talks about our subconscious, our dreams, those things that we feel, even our insecurities. Now let's get a quick breakdown of the numbers and our major arcana. Yes, even the numbers mean something. All right. Now, the aces hold the boundless energy before creation. They talk about new beginnings, about change, about potential. They are always serving a reminder to us that we are limitless and potential is everything. So a quick example, but not the only interpretation: new passionate beginning or attraction, new offer of love, the need for communication or new communication, and a brand new day, a substantial offer where everything is on the table. The number 2 is when we move from being single and into a union. This definitely talks about partnership, okay? It definitely talks about harmony and even opposition. The 2 of Swords, stuck at a crossroads, the need for clarity and direction. The 2 of Wands, staying with what you know or considering the potential of venturing further. The 2 of Cups, a mutual and beautiful connection. And the 2 of Pentacles, juggling backwards and forwards or just juggling too much, full stop. The 3s talk about our need for growth, for seeking wisdom, for collaboration and learning. So here's a quick rundown, but these are not the complete meanings of these cards. The 3 of Swords, of course, talks about heartbreak. It talks about also realizing hope again. It talks about finding wisdom through learning. 3 of Pentacles, working alongside like-minded people towards a shared goal. 3 of Wands also indicates a time of waiting, putting off those things that you've always wanted to do, venturing further to broaden your horizons. As well as the 3 of Cups, union and reunion. The 4s I will probably describe as our hump day. The 4s is about stability, disappointment and manifestation. It really talks about, yes, we have started laying our foundations in terms of what we want to do, but yet there is still so much for us to learn and achieve. Quick interpretation, but not the whole interpretation. 4 of Cups, not considering all options, being bored or restless. 4 of Wands, community, celebration, commitment. 4 of Swords, healing. And the 4 of Pentacles, not being able to let go. Our 5s talk about change and also about the work that we need to put in order to achieve our goals. 5 of Wands, competition, rivalry, overcoming those challenges. 5 of Cups, disappointments, regret perhaps. Concentrating on the things you don't have rather than the things that you do. 5 of Swords, an inner conflict or an unbeatable conflict where you're at an impasse and nobody wins. And the 5 of Pentacles, loss in terms of money, as well as feeling out in the cold. The 6s talk about restoring balance after the challenges that you experience with the 5s. The 6 of Wands is the card of victory, of triumph, of doing something so well that you get public accolades for it. The warning, keep your head out of the clouds and your feet firmly on the ground. Six of Swords, a transition. You are moving away from something that was towards something that will be. You're taking the lessons, not the baggage. And you are also changing your perception and moving towards calmer waters. The Six of Cups really talks about harmony. It talks about reminiscing into your past happier times, and also that dreaded somebody's coming back from your past. The Six of Pentacles talks about generosity, about give and take. The Sevens talk about the need to stay in control and to apply what we have learned in our journey so far. It's about reevaluation, knowledge, and steadfastness. Seven of Cups, decision, maybe feeling overwhelmed, deciding what is an illusion and what is a reality. The Seven of Swords can mean deception. It can also mean building up an idea in your head that you believe when it's really an illusion. And it can also mean you need to ask for help. Seven of Pentacles, planting that seed, nurturing it and watching it grow. And the Seven of Wands, doing that personal growth, finding that self-conviction and fighting for the things you want, even though you may not feel 100% prepared. The number 8 is kind of like my glow up card. It's like my manifestation card for most parts. It talks about profound positive change, or just knowledge that our work is shifting. We have the Eight of Pentacles, focusing on a certain venture, and now it's time for growth. The Eight of Cups, walking away from a belief, a perception, or situation. The Eight of Swords, being kind of confused in terms of having your blindfold on and not seeing things for what they are. And Eight of Wands, fast movement or communication. Right, the nines are what I like to call, it's all about you cards. The Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment. It talks about generosity. It talks about giving yourself out to the world and attracting those things back into it. The Nine of Pentacles, that fierce, independent energy who goes for what they want, works really hard for what they want, and now kind of enjoying their life. The Nine of Swords, when we get all up in our heads, we worry, we have anxiety, we are focused on perhaps our shadows in this energy. It also provides us clarity. And the Nine of Wands, it's about falling over and getting back up again. The card of resilience. Here we go with the tens. Now the 10 kind of branches out from it's all about you to it's all about everybody. We talk about the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is the practical happily ever after. The prosperity, the home, the security, the family, the legacy. The Ten of Swords talks about endings, of course, heartbreak. It also talks about deception as well. The Ten of Cups, the happily ever after, happy family, all of that, where you get to decide what that happy ever after looks like. And the Ten of Wands talks about a lot of responsibility, a lot of burden. Even though it can be focused on one person carrying that burden, it could have a profound effect on everyone.